This is my latest project, and this video will be about this Aprilia Leonardo scooter. Came to me because it needs some love and bike doctor magic. See, it stood outside for a few years. The seat looks really bad. And I will send this out to upholstery because this foam is really bad and I cannot repair it. So, brakes don't work at all. Front brake pads are missing completely. Can't see it, but no brake pads here. Caliper is loose, screws are loose. This cover was only mounted with 2 screws. I don't know why. And this main stand is loose. Some screw missing. One suspension thing is missing completely. This brake rotor is worn because these brake pads are completely worn off and metal was on metal and the guy drove with it still, so this brake pad is completely toast. So I will start with removing this front cover thing because I want to dismount the brake caliper because I think there's something wrong with that. Want to change the seals of the brake piston. So I want to reach the brake fluid reservoir. So I'm gonna remove this windshield first. I used to put screws back to where they were because then I definitely know which screw was where later on. 2 screws here. Too big again. Remove this also. And 1 similar screw on both sides here. And 2 screws with Phillips heads here. And of course more screws under this rubber. Right here. Yay! So that's what I actually wanted to get to, the brake fluid reservoir. Because to empty the system, I need to open that to get air into it and get the fluid out. And now I will see what's going on actually, because there's no pressure here at all. Okay, there's no or not enough brake fluid in anymore. Where is it gone? So now I'll go ahead and dismount the brake line. Ow. And of course hurt my hand. Fluid dripping. But I'll clean all of this anyway, so doesn't matter. Just make sure not to get the fluid on the tire because it can hurt the material. So here we have the brake caliper. So why did I remove the brake caliper? See, this seal is completely missing on both sides. So I will get a repair kit, change the both seals and the dust seal also. Let's clean the thing. Oh, this thing was yellow. I didn't know. So now I want to remove the pistons to get to this actual piston seal. Can do it either with air in here, but I will try it on this first, but it doesn't really work. Next try, sharp screwdriver. Okay. Okay. That's a piston. Looks quite good. And the other side. Gotcha. So the actual seal for the piston you can see inside this black thing. It's a square shaped rubber seal. So my repair kit arrived and it has the O-ring in it that sits between the two halves of the brake caliper. So I will open these screws, separate the brake caliper, and have easier access for the actual seals. Now I remove the piston seal. And when mounting the new seals, what I will do now, lubricate them with brake fluid before mounting. Just push them in. They have no direction, so direction doesn't matter. Just make sure that they sit flat all around. Now I go ahead and push the piston in. Again, lubricate. and mount the dust seal. And do the same on the other half. Now both sides are prepared and can go back together. Lubricate this O-ring. Put it in position. Belongs here. And mount it together. And make sure that the O-ring sits right. Okay, I just decided to put in the thread locker first. Because now I can put the screws in here. And now I have a tapes me positioning the caliper halves. Let's mount this thing back on. There's one seal washer, goes here, the other one goes underneath, and screw it in. I just position it now, put in the screws. Just for tightening this, I will remove it later anyway, because I'll need to mount the new brake pads that haven't arrived yet, so just for positioning I will do it like this. Now it's ready to be filled with fluid. If you want to know how to properly fill and bleed and flush a brake system, there will be a video in the description where I explain it completely and in detail. So make sure to check that out. So the front brake system is already filled with brake fluid and bleeded. So it's time to mount the brake caliper. Just mount it on without brake pads. We'll use some thread locker on the screws. Tighten with a 10mm wrench. And now I can put in the brake pads, but I will apply some copper spray first to avoid squeaking. This is what actually holds the brake pads in place. So I will apply some copper spray here also. I want the brake pads to move freely. So I just decided to mount that holding pin from the back side on this retainer clip. Finally got it in. That's how it's supposed to sit. And now it's only this circlip left to be mounted. Sometimes I have a really hard time filming and doing the work. Yeah, with the clicking noise. So it's on. And now I will pump the brake pads to the rotor and then mount the rubber seal and covers. And when you're all finished, wash off the brake fluid that's outside the container. I don't want that to destroy anything. The front brake of the Aprilia Leonardo scooter is completely rebuilt and works pretty fine again. And in the next episode I want to find out if I can get this engine to run again, because still I don't know if it will run or not. So let's find out together in the next episode.